Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Anthony Reed. This is episode 162 and the third episode of The Path of Conjuration. This episode is brought to you by Alina, Chris, Nick, Kayla, James, all of our patrons at patreon.com/adventureinc. You can be a patron just like them and help bring this show each and every week. Help it be free, help it continue to expand and to grow. We have all kinds of bonus episodes up there, bonus short stories that continue to make this story bigger and bigger and bigger and fill in a lot of the cracks around the edges. We really, really love our patrons so much, and if you're not a patron yet, you haven't checked it out, go check it out. You will enjoy it. A reminder that we will be at Dragon Con this year. I don't have any other details on that. It's just a reminder. If there is some way that you can get yourself to Atlanta, the last weekend of August, first weekend of September, Memorial Day weekend, you will get an opportunity to meet up with us, have a good time, and see us play some Dungeons and Dragons. So find a way to get there if you can. We would love to see you there. That's all I've got this week, so we're going to keep it real short. Let's get started, but first a word from our friends at Party Advantage.
Greetings, listeners. Are you looking to add more D&D fun to your lineup? Then be sure to check out Party Advantage, a D&D 5th edition play podcast featuring 2 campaigns alternating each week. In the Arius adventures, you'll set off into the land of Arius. From the ancient dragon gods that created this world to the rise and fall of various races and civilizations, this land has history that stretches far into times long forgotten. Our heroes find themselves on a journey that will take them to the busy city of gnomes, the gilded halls of the High Elves, and to the deepest depths of the Underdark. Then in the Farwind saga, you'll travel with our group of anti-heroes for their suspense-filled exploits as they explore the enigmatic continent of Farwind. This is an ancient land lost to the histories of Faerun, where mystery and danger shroud the deep forest, forbidden mountains, and dark mires. Yet every risk offers tantalizing rewards to those brave enough to take them. Will these parties gain the advantage on their next encounter? Find out every Wednesday on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. See you then.
Nobles and farmers, knights and wenches, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Keth, the fighter monk.
Like, usually when you bring people back from the dead in books, it turns out really bad.
That's just to sell more books.
ReedJebeddo, the rogue.
God, it's so good to see something positive happen. God, I'm so glad to be back home. You know, let's make sure we get Clug fixed up, then we'll have 2 under our belts. This is awesome.
Jennuvera, the sorcerer. Jennuvera, you are a powerful sorcerer capable of very strong magics.
Oh, this is the first time someone acknowledges how good I am at magic and convict me of a fucking crime? What the shit?
Gillik, the paladin warlock.
Can we find you, like, something else to tap into instead?
Yeah.
What, give it 4 levels of warlock? Are you shitting me?
And Asher, the druid barbarian.
Asher, like, puts his hand on Jebeddo's shoulder. This is the most affectionate you've ever seen Asher.
Let us recall what happened before. And the play cave that you used to spend time in as a child stands before you, cut into the wall of the cliff. It empties out into a large cistern that at the very bottom of which is the ley line of Conjuration glowing in green energy. Prepare yourselves, for this is the tale of Adventure Incorporated. Jennuvera, you open your eyes.
Oh.
You find yourself in a long hallway. On either side of you are bookshelves. Rows and rows and rows of bookshelves that are empty, filled with dust and cobwebs.
Oh no, Jennuvera's first thought is that she was dead and went to heaven. And then when she saw that there were no books, she quickly decided that it was hell.
She's in hell.
Yeah.
This is her nightmare.
Also, I've seen a library with no books in it, and it is creepy AF.
This is creepy, sure. Creepy works.
Yeah, it is bad. It's like depressing and like very mysterious because why? These are the things she's feeling right now. Inspired by the way I felt when I was in an entirely empty library.
There are doors on either side of this hallway. Wooden doors, probably 15 feet tall, that arch up, and they fill in every 80 feet or so. The hallway seems to stretch on beyond what you can reasonably see.
Okay. I'm going to walk around the room. Like, is there anything? There's just absolutely nothing.
Yeah, behind you is a hard stone wall. And all of these bookshelves are, like I said, if they were ever used, it was a long time ago. They're covered in thick dust. Spider webs and cobwebs hang in the off of them, all the way up and down on each shelf.
Huh. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to walk down the hallway.
Okay. You're just walking straight forward down the hallway?
Are there any other directions?
I mean, there are the doors on either side. That's your only other option. But if you're
Oh, sorry. I thought the doors went to the hallway. Okay. I'm going to try one of the doors.
Okay. Yeah, you push open the door. Inside, you see what looks like a cozy little reading room. There's a couple of chairs that probably were once very nice, even though they're now quite dilapidated and old. There's a small fireplace. Sitting in one of the chairs, you see a fairly tall, right? I think fairly tall.
Yeah, I mean, for a bird.
Right. Someone who can only be described as a bird person.
Yeah, so the chair that he's sitting in is actually torn to shreds. He's missing a bunch of feathers, and he's like, he eyes you wildly as you walk in the door. Like, he snaps one eye to look at you, like, you know, how a bird might do.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I am. Are you okay? Are we dead?
I'm sorry. Forgive me. I've been here a while. My name is Ara. My friends call me BP. I led a party. We were called the Forgotten Blubs.
Oh. I've heard of you.
We worked. What?
Yeah.
We worked for a company called
Adventure Incorporated.
Yes.
That's me. That's mine. I mean, my teams. We run it. I'm Jennuvera.
Oh my gosh. I had hoped this day would come. I didn't. Oh gosh. This isn't normally how I look. I'm sorry.
No, you're. This isn't isn't how I normally look.
I mean normally all of my feathers are here. I'm not. I'm so sorry. And
no,
he drops down to like. Try to kneel.
No. No.
So like one leg goes down and he's trying to like squat down on it. The other leg just kind of like sticks out all wild to the side.
No, don't. You don't have to.
Oh, but of course I do, my lady. I've never. Gosh, you're one of the executors to the company.
Yeah, I'm not like a queen.
Well, no, of course. If you were a queen, I would call you Your Majesty. I would be much more reverent.
Yeah, no, I'm just me. Just you can stand up or whatever.
Very well. And she stands up. BP stands up, and like dusts himself off a little bit.
How did you get here? How you said you've been here a while? What happened?
Well, yes. Like I said, we lead the Forgotten Blubs, and as you know, our team, we were sent to retrieve the feast. The rock for the feast. Back at
you guys
harvest
never
time.
came back.
Yes, terribly sorry about that. It seems we've all. Wait, none of us came back?
I don't think so. I just heard that they sent a party out for dinner and none of them came back.
Oh my gosh, I've lost Skull and Bandy as well.
I guess so. I mean, they might be, but you're here. They might be.
They never came back.
There's another door. Do you want to go try that other door? They might be behind that door, just hanging out.
So, BP, I think it's probably been like years for you that you've been in here.
Sure.
Oh
Okay.
God.
I've been hoping that that they would have returned to the compound to let everyone know that we had been lost. Now it makes more sense why no one came for me. At first I thought, perhaps no one cared, and now I realize that no one knew what happened to us. Otherwise, of course, you would have sent someone straight away. I'm sure, Jennuvera. Like,
of course,
your leadership is just so impressive, and so I've never felt more cared for than when I was back at the compound. The way that you all ran everything really made me feel part of the team.
Good. No, that's good. That's good positive feedback. That's Jebeddo. Will be he loves feedback. He will be very happy to hear that.
You hear a muffled sound come from the hallway behind you. Hello?
Oh, that might be one of your friends. Let's go look.
Oh God, I hope so. I've been here so long. And BP stretches his wings out as he starts to walk toward the door. And then he swings it open. After you, my lady.
Thanks.
From the room on the opposite wall, you still hear, is anybody out there?
Yes, we are coming. Hold still. Hey! Jennuvera opens the door.
Inside the room, standing in a very similar room, 2 chairs, fireplace. Standing in front of that fireplace is King Clyde.
Again, drops down so fast to one knee, the other leg just shoots straight out to the right, just so fast. My liege.
Jennuvera, what's going on here?
Hey, this is BP.
Hi, hey BP, you can. Thank you. I guess.
Of course.
Wow. Why? How are you?
Am I good? I guess. Where are we? What is happening?
BP's eyes are glued to the floor. He will not look up.
We are in the ley line of Conjuration. I know why I'm here.
Okay.
Because we meant to. We meant to be here. We did this on purpose. I don't know why you're here. What's the last thing you remember?
I was literally just like a minute ago sitting on the throne holding court, and then there was like a flash of green or whatever, and then like here I am.
Like, you didn't like. You didn't. You like. Huh.
There's suddenly a grinding noise from the hallway. What's that?
Oh, I don't know. If it
BP's
were
eyes are still glued to the floor. You see him like slowly, one hand reaches out to like massage the like sideways leg as it like starts to cramp.
Yeah, Clyde doesn't notice.
yeah, Jennuvera forgot you exist. If it were like a growl, I would say it's the gem cat that we normally run into. Normally we run into a cat with a bunch of legs with a shiny gem in its back. It might be that.
Should we like look or whatever?
That's a great idea. We should do that.
BP flexes from his knees, like he just try to.
So when Jennuvera turns back to the door, she'll notice, remember it. Oh, yeah, BP, you should probably stand up.
Yeah, at ease or whatever.
Very well, Your Majesty. And BP stands up and like works out the very clearly discomforting like feeling in his right leg. He's like, if you'd like, since I obviously am the most expendable of the two of you, I could go check that out right now and report back to you.
Oh, don't.
I mean,
say that's.
You understand. I mean, you're the executor to Adventure Incorporated,
that's
and you, Clyde. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, Your Highness, Your Excellency. You know.
Yeah. You know, why don't you go take a look and just let us know.
Very well, sir. Right away. And BP like turns and just like bolts out the door.
Okay.
Jennuvera like freezes, like she should have also left.
What? I still don't really understand like why I'm here. You know.
I also don't.
Like. Go ahead.
Like. If you like let's say you're like in a fight or something and you're going into like the fight and you think to yourself, oh man, I wish like this person was here to like back me up. Like, I'm not saying that I like wouldn't think that for you.
BP, when you get out into the hallway, you see that the grinding is coming from that back wall that is slowly moving towards you guys. You've probably lost about 6 feet in the hallway already.
Okay. BP is gonna fly up to the ceiling to like see if he can see like any sort of like mechanics that would like tell him, you know, how this is happening or whatever, so that he can gather the most information.
Make an investigation check.
Great. 5.
Okay. Yeah, you fly up to the ceiling. You don't see any mechanics up on the ceiling or on the wall. As far as you can tell, it's just like you don't know if it's magically moving. You don't know if it's mechanically moving. You don't know if you're just stoned. You're not really sure.
Sure. Okay, great. Yeah, he flies back down and lands just outside the door, smooths his feathers down, and like a bunch come off like as he's like brushing his hands down his chest, and then walks back in again. And like just stands and waits.
Oh, did you figure out what that grinding is?
Yes, my lord. Your Majesty, His Excellency. I did. It is the entire wall is coming toward us down the hallway, slowly.
Okay. That doesn't seem like a good thing.
Yeah, no, that seems bad.
Yeah, perhaps we would like do best to leave this building.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. That makes sense to me, or whatever, I guess.
Me too. Jennuvera leaves the room.
Yeah, and Clyde starts to leave too. He says, a BP, right?
Yes. Yes, Your Highness.
You can just, until we get out of this, you can just, like, call me Clyde. That's fine. Come on.
Of course, Your Highness. Yes, absolutely, I will.
We gotta go.
He follows.
Yeah. When you get out into the hallway, you see that the wall is still moving very slowly. However, it appears to be incrementally picking up speed.
Okay.
Great. That's a good thing.
Can I do some sort of like magic check on it?
Do you have detect magic?
No. But
Clyde does.
Clyde does.
Clyde does.
We know that for a fact.
Reason he exists, baby.
That is canonically accurate.
Hey, Clyde. Maybe. Do you want to like maybe see if you can see what's up?
Yeah. He closes his eyes. He traces an intricate pattern with his hand in the air, and he opens his eyes wide, and he says, "Huh. Well, everything here seems to have a pretty heavy trace of conjuration on it, or whatever. But
that makes sense.
There's nothing inherently magical about this wall sliding toward us."
Okay. Well.
Perhaps it's after you, my lady.
Oh no, I was just gonna try and like freeze it.
Very well.
Is that
Clyde is slowly taking steps backwards down the hall as this is
okay. I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna do chromatic orb.
Okay. So that's you hit the wall. So go ahead.
I'm gonna try to do it in like the corner, like to almost like an icicle jam it.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll damage for a cold chromatic orb.
$17.
It almost stops for a moment, and then you can't quite tell if it's stopped or just slowed down. But then there's a sharp crack as all of the ice splinters, and it just keeps pushing forward.
Well, that didn't work. Maybe we should just run.
Very well.
Sounds good.
Wonderful idea.
Hold on,
As we're like running and flying down the hallway, because obviously BP is going to fly because he's a bird. He shouts down to Jennuvera, "I'm sorry for earlier. I'm just so used to leading my party. Even though I know it's been a long time, I didn't mean to presuppose that perhaps I could have jumped in before you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're okay. You can. We're all a new party now." And she kind of like looks at Clyde and then looks away.
A party of 3.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What would be our name as BP is flying?
I don't know. I didn't name the many pennies. I'm not good at names.
What about like Dragon Lords?
That sounds great. That sounds really cool. Let's BP, we're the Dragon Lords.
Is that with a Z? With a Z? Sorry, I forgot he's British. With a Z.
I'm like that wasn't like my intent or whatever. I honestly I kind of forgot you were here. Maybe like
Jennuvera gets tingly.
maybe like the dragon birds. I don't know.
Well, that leaves you out of it.
Bird lords, dragon bird lords.
I like dragon lords with an S or a Z.
Yeah, I think an S. I don't really feel the need for a Z. You know.
Yeah, me either.
No, me neither. I just when Jennuvera had said it, it sounded a bit like a Z.
Oh, well.
But I'm sure it was me. I'm sure it was my fault. I'm sorry.
Dragon Lords.
Dragon
Cool.
Lords, yes, wonderful.
Okay.
The only thing I could come up with was Jennuvera. It's not good. Sorry.
No, I mean like I feel like all ideas have some merit. You know.
Get it? The idea was that we would take the first name of the king, of course, for Clyde. We would take the
right. No, I think we piece that one together. You know, like where it came from.
You know, my friends call me Lady J, so I think we could do that, but it could be like Clyde J. Like for. But then you're right. No, that's so stupid.
Well, then I don't know where I don't know where era fits in there. You know.
He doesn't.
Killing me when I have a cold.
I wouldn't presuppose to fit in.
No, I'm sorry. That was so rude. I'm so sorry.
As soon as we're out of here, I very much understand where my place is, and it is quite below the two of yours.
We may have to pick this up from a brisk walk to a jog or whatever, because I think that thing's picking up pace.
Of course, and BP flies ahead because he flies at 50 feet.
Jennuvera runs.
How did how have things been going, Jennuvera?
Oh, fine, good, fine. We just won a war, so that reminds me. King Greywood kind of owes me a favor now, so he said he's totally willing to, do king stuff with you. And also Evian is like one of my friends now, I guess. So she also same. So like, if that's something you're interested in, we did that. I mean, I did that. I don't want to say I did that because that kind of like, but like with the deal and stuff, I did some like dealing, like what? God, why can't I think of the word?
Like negotiating or whatever.
Yes, that. And then I killed a bunch of orcs.
So, where do we stand with like Harriman?
Have you not gotten word that like nobody's heard from Harriman in a long time?
Well, I didn't know if you knew something I didn't, I guess.
Oh, no. No, you know way more than I do, probably.
Well, I mean,
about that.
That's I mean, in this conversation so far, literally not true. You've told me about a bunch of things I didn't know. So
cool. Do you have anything to share?
Kingdoms. It's still going. Just still working it. I have had a couple of small rebellions that have tried to come up, but so far all quelled. So
good job.
Hey, what's that? At the end of the hallway, for the first time you notice, far down the hall, a green glowing jewel hanging in the air.
Usually that's on the back of the cat. That's our thing. So When we grab that, we'll be probably transported back to all of my friends, all of the many pennies. They're not my only friends. Yeah, we'll get back to them, and then we will close the ley line. That's kind of what we do. It's kind of cool that you get to see how we do this.
All right. Well,
but we have to touch it at the same time. We can't, like, if you touch it first, then I'm stuck here.
Well, then I guess we can try to get there before this wall, like, moves in the way or whatever.
Yeah, or I can just grab it with my brain.
I mean, it looks really far away.
Does it look further than 60 feet away?
Yes.
Oh. Well, when we're within like 60 feet of it, I can grab it with my brain.
All right. That sounds fine. BP, you're flying ahead a little bit. You have started to see this this crystal as well. It does, like, because of the length of this hallway, it just looks like a gleaming green light far, far down the hallway.
Oh, yeah?
Does Gatsby believe in it? The orgastic future that day by day recedes before us?
Actually, it's getting closer.
BP's wings beat on.
Clyde asks you, Jennuvera, if you want to go for a ride in his car with him.
Yes. Oh, wait.
Yikes.
Sorry, we're still on Gatsby.
I mean, if it's his car, you're
Fucking
fine.
Lady of Knives jumping out in front of it. Get that bitch dead again.
So in this scenario, who are you?
I guess in this scenario, I'm Daisy. Because Clyde's in love with me.
Yeah, but she doesn't hit Tom.
I mean, you're right, but like...
So it wouldn't be the Lady of Knives jumping out in front of you. It would be like Clevin.
But I don't... So just the point is that it's... I guess, yeah, it's someone completely irrelevant. Whatever.
This is my favorite discussion we've ever had on the show.
Technically, if you think of it this way, is that the competition for... the competition for... Daisy technically is Myrtle, even though it's not competition and it's for the other man in her life. Like, technically she's directly tied to...
Okay.
I guess I don't know, I'm the fucking Myrtle.
All right,
we're looking at it like that. Clyde's Tom. Clyde's not Tom. Clyde's so much better than Tom.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, Clyde uses some of his perfect magic to...
Right.
He's
the
like,
magic that his parents bought him.
They sent him to wizard school. That's true.
I remember.
All right, so...
I feel a short story coming on.
A separate piece, but with...
Oh my God.
But with Clyde. Steph, you don't need to drink that much.
All right. BP, you are making your way down this hallway quite a ways. You've got more speed on them. You glance back every once in a while. You see that as much as they are moving down this hall, this thing is not stopping. It's still coming in faster and faster and faster. They're still moving faster than it and gaining ground, but they won't be for much longer.
Okay. As we're... this is the longest hall I've ever been in my entire life.
Yes.
And B, as they're going down, is there anything else like in the halls that I could be like trying to push together to form some sort of like barrier?
So what you find interesting about this is that it seems like there are these bookshelves don't stop. Everywhere you go, there are bookshelves all lined down this hallway. They are all empty. They are all filled with dust and cobwebs. It's almost like this hallway is repeating itself as you run down it. When the wall crushes into these bookshelves, there's like a cutout that slides. The bookshelves are sliding right over, or right into.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. BP stops since he's got distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at. He wants to touch one of these bookshelves.
Okay.
Is it wood?
Yes, but there is something unnatural about the wood. Make an investigation check.
Great. I rolled a 16, and my investigation is +1, so 17.
Okay. You touch this wood, and you look at the grain in the wood. And
show me that grain, baby.
You move over to touch some other wood.
Yeah.
The second bookcase has the same grain in the same places. The two bookcases are identical. Completely.
Okay. BP is going to blast one with the Radiant Sunbolt. He's just going to...
Okay. Make, I guess, roll damage.
Okay.
Because you're not going to miss this bookcase, I don't think.
I fucking hope not. That is going to be 8 damage.
Okay, yeah. It blasts apart. Just like a shelf is smashed. A little bit of the backing is smashed out. You see the stone wall behind it. None of the other bookcases around you seem to have been impacted.
Okay. Oh, so there's like a bookshelf and a stone wall?
Yeah, like the back. Yeah, there's stone wall behind the bookshelf a little bit. But mostly it's just like taken up by this bookshelf.
When he blasted, was there, like, could you see through the stone wall?
No, he didn't destroy the stone wall. He just smashed bookshelf and there was stone wall behind it.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for them to catch up.
Okay. So Clyde and Jennuvera do catch up to you.
Yeah. I've got an idea. Something I've noticed is that as this wall moves forward, there's like a notch for each bookshelf as it goes. Perhaps we're missing something, but what if these bookshelves were like treads for something? Does that...
Maybe we should probably keep running because that thing's getting close. But you can keep telling us your plan, what you want to do.
So, like, perhaps one of you with your much more powerful magic than I have, control over could try to blast part of this tread section out so that the wall kind of stops itself.
Both of you roll a perception check.
13.
11.
As you guys keep moving down the hall, you head down 50 feet or so, and you see, BP, you notice that there is a hole in one of the bookcases very similar to the one you just blasted out.
I did that. As we pass it, I had an idea earlier, and I blew out a bookcase just to see what would happen, and there it goes again.
Okay. So they're like repeating. It's like are we running in a circle?
I'm not sure it's a circle. I haven't felt myself there it is again.
Yeah, it looks like every 80 feet or so you see that same spot.
Okay, so should we just blow up more stuff?
We can try.
Okay.
After you, my lady.
Jennuvera turns around and casts Fireball.
Okay. Roll damage on a fireball.
A civilian we haven't seen before enters.
Pushes through one of the doorways on the side. Hello? What's going on in here? I just came here to find some medicine for my sick grandmother. We're taking care of 12 orphans.
25.
Yeah, hi, I'm a volunteer for the United Way.
We've brought in millions of stray
25.
cats.
Yeah, hi, I work for the Humane Society. Do you have anywhere for these poor puppies?
The fireball explodes. And do you say ball sack?
Play the tape
No,
back.
I said ball sack.
I heard ball sack. I bet it was ball sack. The fireball explodes, and it burns up a huge section of the bookshelf on either side. That's quickly swallowed up by the wall behind you guys. As you fired it backwards, and it blew up. You guys keep running forward, and all of a sudden, you notice that several of the bookcases in front of you are engulfed in flame.
Have I, in the years that I have been in this library, have I heard the grinding outside the doors and just...
No.
Okay, I was going to say, and just ignored it, or...
No, this has never happened before. I think BP has never strayed out of that room.
Right.
Just because there was something compelling him to stay.
Sure. Yeah. So then, I suggest the next time we see the doors for the rooms that we were in, maybe we could run into the room that I was in when you found me, Jennuvera.
Okay.
Would that work with you, Your Highness? Clyde.
It's just we have to get
King
that
Clyde.
green light. So
Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen if that wall catches up to us, but it's getting close. At this point, even running, you guys are being outsped by the wall, and it's getting closer.
what if we just hold on to the wall and let it take us the rest of the way? Like, this hallway goes on forever. Is there anything like on the wall to hold on to?
I mean, the wall is pushing forward if you just leaned up against the wall. Like,
Should we just try that for a little bit?
I guess so. We can.
If Your Highness and you think that's the right thing to do,
I'm worried that if
I
you're
would gladly-
wrong, that this is we can't ever get off.
or that we'll die.
Right.
Okay, well,
Both of those are concerning.
Okay.
But I will follow any order that you give me.
What? Okay. Oh God. What if we, like you said, we jump into the room and then we like jump back out immediately once the wall passes to see if like we can get behind the wall to see if we can like see how to stop it from behind it. Like a little jump in, jump out.
Very well.
We can try that. I think we should. If we're gonna do it, we got to go fast.
Okay. Jennuvera like raises her hand, then does a thumbs up, and then like just puts her hand back down.
Clyde moves toward the left side of the hallway, and as the door comes by, he throws open the door and charges into the room.
Same.
You guys get into the room, and the door slams behind you. It's like a swinging. It's
Sure.
swing door. It slams behind you. You still hear the grinding noise happening out in the hallway. It gets louder and louder and louder, and then it gets softer.
I open the door.
You are in the hallway still. You open up the door and stick your head out. That wall is coming at you very quickly again.
From behind us?
Yeah. It's like the wall came past you and then you jumped, and it's coming very quickly at you again.
the other direction or from the same?
From the same direction.
Okay. Jennuvera closes the door.
And so you hear it again. You hear it get very loud, and then you hear it soft, and then you hear it grow as it gets closer, and it gets louder and louder, and then it's soft, and then it gets closer and closer continually.
Jennuvera looks up to the ceiling to see if there are ducts.
Make an investigation check.
4.
You don't see a single duck.
My lady, I'm not...
Quack, quack, motherfucker.
Oh, no, I understand there's a confusion. I don't... Quack is just it's an onomatopoeia. It's not real Aarakocran language.
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yes, and then you called me motherfucker.
Oh no, I didn't. That wasn't. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I was like looking for like duct work in the ceilings, and then I just.
Oh, sure, and your
so
brain associated.
I was
duct
cursing the
with
architect.
duck. Of course, no, I get it.
Yeah, no, there's no duct work in this room either.
I have to pee. So bad.
All right, go pee.
Drinking water is for the birds.
I thought it was a good bit. I don't know.
It was good. I liked it. I mean, I'm biased, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, cheers.
So, what are you going to do, Jennuvera and BP?
Okay, so no ducts. What else is in this room that's movable?
The 2 chairs are movable, and there are bookshelves along the walls here as well, but they are also empty.
If I open the door and throw a bookshelf out, can I do that?
Yeah.
Like throw everything in the room out into the hallway?
Yeah.
To try and jam the wall?
Sure.
Hey guys, I'm going to throw all the furniture into the hallway to try and jam the wall, okay?
Wonderful. I'll assist you.
Cool.
You toss the 2 chairs out into the hall, and then you see that stone wall coming again. You see it slam into the 2 chairs. Then, as the stone wall pushes by, you see the edge of stone, and then instantly you see an empty hallway in front of you.
If we wait, do the chairs come back?
Yeah, when the thing comes by, smashed up chairs are pushed up against this wall that comes screaming past you, and once it passes you again, you're back in an empty hallway. Or looking into an empty hallway.
Let's see.
Are there any, can I do an investigation or whatever in the room to see if there's anything pushable? Like any, buttons?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
$16.
You don't see anything interactable here in this room.
How fast is the wall flying by us?
Increasingly faster.
Shit.
And it's going pretty
Would you
fast
say-
now.
Would you say faster than 50 feet per second?
I would say it's getting close to that.
I mean,
but it's
sorry, not 50 feet per second.
50 feet per round.
Yeah.
It's getting close to that, but it's not quite that fast.
I've got an idea. What if, when the wall comes past us, I fly behind it and I try and hammer in this piton, as you may say, connected to this rope so that we can just hold on to it and ride the wall to the green stone.
So you never, when the wall comes by, you never really get behind it. It just looks like solid wall until it disappears.
Oh, that won't work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I already suggested riding the wall. from the front.
Yeah, I was thinking perhaps if we rode it from the back, it would be less murderous. But I am, as I said before, more than willing to follow your orders, whatever they may be.
No, keep having ideas.
If you'd like, I can jump in front of the wall now, and you can see what happens.
No, please don't do that.
If I'm crushed beneath it, then you'll know not to.
Oh God, please don't. Please don't do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And BP
yes.
Stands at the doorway,
No,
ready
stop.
to just jump out.
Jennuvera closes the door. The wall is made out of stone.
Yes.
Clyde, King Clyde, you're an accomplished wizard. Do you know any spells that might help us outrun this wall?
I could
or maybe slow down the wall.
I mean, I could cast haste on us. We could move pretty fast, and then maybe we could just run out in front of it safely.
We can try, but we were running for a really long time.
Well, I mean, maybe you're right about riding it or whatever, but we just gotta do so at a safe speed because now it's going pretty fast. I feel like if we just step out there, it's gonna crush us or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He closes his eyes. He traces his fingers in a pattern in the air, and he projects out some energy to you, Jennuvera, and suddenly you feel much quicker.
Cool.
He repeats the same thing again and puts it on himself, and he's like, "All right, let's do this."
Okay, so we're all hasty.
All right, very well. Let's do this.
All right.
Should I go first?
Oh God, BP. Hold on. He quickly traces that again and casts a spell on you as well. Yeah, why don't you go first?
Wow, I feel incredible. Very well. And BP jumps out into the hallway and takes off flying as fast as he can.
Jennuvera too.
Okay, and then Clyde comes right behind. Jennuvera and Clyde are falling behind of BP as he is just exploded out of the room at a crazy speed. But the wall is moving up on you slowly, and you manage to just catch up to the wall pretty much just as your speeds meet up, and you're now back is against the wall as it's rushing down this hallway. And BP, who is ahead of you, is still going farther away from you, but at a decreasing rate of speed. He is going farther away from you. It seems like the wall is catching up. It's going even faster all the time now, exponentially faster.
Is the green light getting closer?
Not yet. It's still really far away.
Okay.
BP turns around, or not turns around, but turns his
Turns
head.
around's a bad idea. Boom!
BP turns his head to see where they are and sees them pressed against the wall.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I suppose. And so he'll slow his fly to ease himself against the wall. So once his feet are touching the wall, he'll try and lean himself up above them.
So the three of you are pushed against the wall now. It's rushing faster and faster and faster, and you can feel it pressing harder and harder against you as the velocity increases. You're just pushed back against the stone, and you can feel wind rushing past you. The stone draws closer as you're pressed against this wall.
Hey, Clyde, I know we're in a pretty dangerous situation right now, so if we die, I just want to say that I think that maybe when all of this calms down, all of this crazy, if we survive this wall, I think maybe do you want to hang out sometime?
Clyde is looking at you, and he just mouths to you, "I can't hear you."
I hate you so much.
He points to his ear a couple of times, shakes his head like as it's pressed against the wall.
Right.
Okay.
The greenstone draws closer and closer and closer until you guys come to an abrupt stop. You're thrown forward into a heap in the center of the room.
It was just trying to help us all along.
You are standing in a circular room, and the crystal hangs in the air above you.
Nobody touch it.
It's pretty high up, but you are not alone in this room.
Oh.
There is.
Yeah, I'm still here.
The three of you notice there is another person in the room. Their back is to you, and they are flipping through a book. That there are two other books on the shelf, and there is one in their hand that they are flipping through.
Oh. Can Jennuvera see what the book is?
Making a perception check.
15. 15.
Okay. You just catch a glimpse as the hands turn the page that the book is blank.
Oh. Hey!
The creature stops, and it snaps its head back to look at you. It has leathery-looking skin pulled tight on its face, long ears like an elf, but its nose is missing almost. And it's got this feral look to it. And it just kind of hisses at you.
Gross.
Am I within 60 feet of the stone?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
No shit. This is different from mine.
17.
21? Yes, 21.
Okay. The creature rears back like it's going to spring into action against you. So BP, you do notice this and are able to react before it's able to do anything.
Great. Everyone look out. And BP jumps out, like wings spread, and tries to fly forward and punch him with both of the gauntlets.
Okay. When the creature has turned around, you notice that he's wearing some form of plate mail underneath the robes that he has on. They're like open in the front.
Great. So the first attack is a 23 to hit, and the second is an 11.
23 hits, 11 does not.
Great. So it takes 10 damage, and then I'm going to use my second attack. So once he's punched him with both hands, he's gonna try and kick into the monster's chest and fly up into the air away from him.
Okay.
And that is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Yes. And that's another 10.
Okay.
And so, and I spend a point of key to do the, oh no, that's, dodge is different. Dodge is not disengage. Sorry.
Right.
So yeah, I guess when I fly by, it'll get an attack of opportunity, right?
When you fly away, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So let's see. Misses.
Hell yeah.
It swings a long sword at you, and it just misses.
Sure.
Jennuvera, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast Synaptic Static.
Okay. So it's a wisdom saving throw?
It's intelligence.
Intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence.
What's the DC?
16.
It succeeds.
Damn it. Rolling like shit tonight. 24, so 12.
The breastplate gleams as you cast this spell at it, and you recognize this armor as something you've seen before. It is spell plate, and he deals 6 damage to the creature.
Okay, I just want to pick this bone that you probably didn't even remember this shit existed until Mike and I reminded you on our yearly recap.
You're welcome to pick that bone. You're still
Like-
wrong.
Don't think it's fair that you use it against us.
You're still wrong.
Yeah, it's a little trash, Anthony, that we reminded you about it. You're welcome.
You should punish the other 3.
Yeah, you should punish Keth with this spell magic shit. You know, Keth,
Keth.
who uses spells.
The fighter monk.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the one with the puppies in his cloak.
Oh, stop.
Clyde casts Fireball.
Jennuvera notices.
BP would like to use the dodge action if he needs to.
He doesn't need to.
hour.
Clyde,
Okay.
forgot you were there, but you were still out of range.
Right.
The creature fails the save.
Nice.
So it's 5d6?
No, it's 86.
8d6. Holy shit.
Stupid.
That spell is
Duh.
broken.
Also, I brought all my D6s to school, so whoops. All but 4, so
Do you need
They're all-
some more?
they're
I've,
4 ugly ones.
I've got a bunch.
Mismatched. Yeah, I'd like some.
Clyde deals 31 damage to the creature, but the spell armor glows again as well. So he deals 16.
Good job!
He nods to you. It is now the creature's turn. The creature casts Fireball at the 2 of you,
2 of who?
Jennuvera and Clyde.
Hell yeah.
BP, you're out of range. So go ahead and make...
Wait. Time out. You said people using spell plate armor can't cast magic.
I don't... Wait, what? When?
In the Poxon episode, when he stole the Pearl of Power from Jennuvera.
Oh, yes. This is psionics, though.
This is different.
This is different.
This is different because I wanted to use spells
I wanted
against
to use
you.
spells with the thing.
So it's different.
This is a Githyanki.
This
This
is
is a gift
this
Yankee.
is different.
This is different.
This isn't spells. It's smarts.
It's psionics.
It's
baby.
different.
Baby.
Ugh.
I can do what I want because I'm the
I'm the
DM.
DM.
Also that. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Don't tell me what to do. Sorry, tell me what to do and then I'll do it.
What'd you get?
What is it? What modifier do I get to add to this?
Your dexterity saving throw modifier.
Oh, a +1. That gives me a 3.
Clyde also failed. The 2 of you were not expecting the fireball to
baby.
come tearing through.
Yeah, because the rules of the magic armor he's using say that shit can't happen.
You're right.
I can't blame Jennuvera and Clyde for being surprised.
Me either. They have every right to be surprised. You both take 26 damage.
Oh.
Oof.
Stupid Gith Yankee and their psionics.
Daddy Gith Yankee.
What'd you say, 26?
Yes.
Or would that be Gith Daddy Yankee?
Gith Daddy Yankee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
So the
You
fireball...
remember Daddy Yankee?
The fireball fires
enough
out from his
gasolina.
hands. It explodes in front of you guys, and as the fire and smoke subsides, he charges through and swings at you, Jennuvera, with his blade.
No, thank you.
He hits. For 10 slashing. And 15 psychic damage.
A little bit of blood trickles out of Jennuvera's nose.
Yeah, when he slashes you with the blade, you just feel like there is this wrenching to your mind that occurs when he hits you with it.
Is
BP?
this the first time Jennuvera's ever been hit?
I don't think it is,
This
but it's
bad?
pretty close.
This bad, yeah.
Yeah, this bad for sure.
Wild.
BP, it's your turn.
Do we just need to all touch this crystal to get out of here?
That's how it usually works.
Well, BP is going to pull a rope out of his pack and tie it around the crystal.
Okay,
He's not going to touch the crystal with his hand.
sure. Yeah.
And then he's going to try and pull the crystal like down.
Make a survival check.
Okay. Four.
You tie a knot around the crystal, and you go to tug the rope, and the knot just slips right off.
Sweet.
Do you want to try anything else this turn?
I figure that would be a full action.
Like a bonus action? Do you have a bonus action you want to use?
Oh, yeah. I do have a bonus action. He's going to fly down, and he's going to use Flurry of Blows to make 2 unarmed strikes against the Gith Yankee. And he's going to try and kick it, like, in the back.
Okay.
And so one of those is a 18 plus 7, 35. No, 25 to hit.
Okay.
And the other is an 11 to hit.
The 25 hits.
Great. When the 25 hits, he's also going to spend another point of key to use Stunning Strike.
Yep. So he has to make a con save.
Yes.
He succeeds.
Okay.
I assume a 25 succeeds.
A 25 definitely succeeds.
Okay.
But he does do 9 damage.
Okay.
And he's going to try and position himself like next to Jennuvera.
Okay. Jen, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to cast telekinesis on this crystal.
Okay. Yeah, you're within range of telekinesis, so you touch the crystal and you drag it down towards you. That's presumably.
Yeah. Is Clyde right next to me?
Yes.
So Jennuvera is going to grab Clyde's hand and hold out her arm to BP.
BP links his arm under her arm. And is like, oh, Lady J.
N- No. Okay. No.
Oh, sorry. And he lets go.
No. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay. He grabs on again.
And then she grabs the crystal.
And the three of you are overcome with a sensation of twisting and crushing, pulling, stretching. There's a flash of green. And then everything goes black. Hey adventurers, DM Anthony here again. I just want to remind you that there are lots of ways to support the show. Head on over to patreon.com/adventureinc. Tell your friends about the show. Rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Links and more can be found at adventureinc.podbean.com. Thanks everyone, we'll see you next week.